What's up, guys? It's Proton, Mila over here. Long time no see. Guess what? We're making our very first anime recommendations video and I thank you guys for it, because I made a poll on Instagram and you guys chose SHOJO. So here it is, guys. I made a list of 5 animes that you should watch, like really should watch if you have not watched them yet. And before we even start, I really would like to know, have you seen these animes? Would you rewatch them again? I got there. It's the excitement. Anyways, comment down below if you have seen it again, and also if you would rewatch it, because I have actually rewatched many of these. Anyways, before we also get started, if you have not subscribed to my channel, feel free to subscribe down below. I am so excited. I have finally started the anime love side of me in this channel. So let's get started. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Guys, heads up. I want to let you know that the order that I'm giving you guys from the oldest all the way to the present. Let's get started with the very first recommendation, and we are going to go with Marmalade Boy. Marmalade Boy is a series that came out in the 1990s, and it's a total of 76 episodes. Yes, guys, 76 episodes that are worth your time. So this is let me see, I made a list in case I forget anything. So this is a romantic comedy, and what happens is, I feel like it just gets you right in the first episode. Or like, it gets you. Why? Because this girl that's a sophomore in high school, out of the blue, her parents are like, hey, you know what? We want to get a divorce. And she's like, wait, what do you mean we want to get a divorce? So, they end up wanting to seek her approval because they want to swap partners with a couple that they met on a vacation that they had in Hawaii. Like, it's super hilarious. I mean, like, come on. So she ends up meeting the son of that, of that marriage. They end up living together as a family. And you kind of just see the development of feelings, obviously, like, develop throughout the series. And I love how the relationships between, like, other characters and them, like, and how it affects them, it's really cool. You end up having to learn as to, like, why they should be together. I'm like, obviously they love each other, but also just things that kind of stop them from wanting to be together. So you're definitely gonna like that. It's gonna keep you, really interested in what's gonna happen next. All right, pretty people, we're gonna go into recommendation number 2, and number 2 is called Itaquis. This came out in 2008. It's a total of 1 season and a total of 25 episodes. But anyways, this is specifically romance, and what I really like about this series is that it really takes you on a full ride. By that, I mean that you are not only gonna get the, the high school version of them, the college version of them, you're also gonna get to see the adult version of them. Yes, it's gonna take you on a buffet of feelings, and it's super great. Yes, it's short and super worth it, and I highly recommend it. So what happens is that the main character, Kotoko, she falls in love on the very first day of high school with a very popular and smart boy. And then once it is senior year, she tells him how he feels, etc. He rejects her because he doesn't like dumb girls. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. She proves him wrong. But anyways, they somehow end up living together due to stuff that happens to her. And then, it's great. It keeps you entertained. It keeps you very, like, glued onto the screen as to, like, what's going to happen next. You're really going to enjoy that. And you're also going to get its and bits and pieces of comedy as well. So I'm pretty sure you guys will like it. All right, guys, you ready? Let's go into recommendation number 3. Recommendation number 3 has arrived. This is called Special A Class. This came out in 2008. Let me cheat a little bit. And this is also, let's see, this is 1 season. This is a total of 24 episodes. And one of the reasons why I like this one, I feel like, guys, if you're not really into shoujo, I feel like you would be entertained by this, because the main character, Hikari, she's, like, extremely strong and super smart, etc. And she's very competitive. So what happens is that ever since she was, like, 6 years old, she met this, like, she's been trained by a pro wrestler, etc. And she, meets this other boy named Kai, who's also really good at, like, pro wrestling. Anyways, they fight, he wins, she gets competitive, to the point that she goes to the school that he goes to, and they're always competitive. Like, she always becomes second to him, and then she's just very, competitive, and it's really entertaining to watch. And a little bit of a background story. This is a school that, the reason why it's called Special A is because this is for the very, like, I want to say top 7 students of the school. It's a grade A to F system. And honestly, it's kind of funny because, like, if you don't really have to go to class, if you're in the Special A, you can choose to go, and she's one of the good students that ends up going. They even have, like, special uniforms. And that's, that's definitely a sidebar. But I definitely really like this one because she's very oblivious. He obviously, you can tell that he does have feelings for her. And she's just kind of slow. But it's okay. She gets there, and then obviously, so Shoujo, you are happy with the ending, and I recommend it. Let's go with recommendation number 4. So for this one is called From Me to You. And yeah, it's super adorable. This one came out in 2009. Yes. And this is a total of two seasons, and overall it's a total of like 38 episodes. I really like this one because it's very similar to recommendation number 2, because it really does take you on a full ride of emotions. And this is specifically, let's see, a coming of age, romance, and also slice of life. For those that do like slice of life animes, it's so adorable. Like, I really like this one because you get that character development and you really see it blossom, because the main character, Sawako, like, she's literally like, she kind of looks like the girl from The Ring. And I mean, like, her Japanese name, I guess, like, it's Sadako. So like her classmates make fun of her, etc. They're scared of her because she does end up making some creepy faces sometimes. Yeah. But then let's see, the main character, his name is Kazehaya. He, the moment that he starts talking to her, it's just, her world changes, and it's such a treat to just get to see that progress. Like, it's just, it's like, if you want to feel all fuzzy inside, this is the anime that you should watch. It's truly adorable. And again, like, I am highly recommending it. And I want to say I've watched this one twice because it's that good. And honestly, I think I've watched many of them twice. Yeah. A lot of times you just crave love, and like, anime is always there. So hey, why not? Okay, let's go into the next recommendation. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Guys, recommendation number 5. You ready? So for this one, I want to recommend Kami-sama Kiss. You probably have already heard about this one because it's actually, to me, it's actually very popular. I mean, if you have not seen it, you should watch it. I highly recommend it. This one came out in 2012, and this is a romantic comedy and also supernatural. It's a total of 2 seasons. And it is also 25 episodes. It took me a little bit, but I got there. The reason why I like this one is because, again, you also get really good character development in the series. But it's kind of funny because, like, in the very first episode, it just catches your attention right away. And you're like, what do you mean? Like, she just met a stranger and, like, she just, like, she took the keys to his home. Like, that's not weird whatsoever. This is why I love anime. So what happens is that she loses her home because she doesn't have enough money to pay rent, because her dad is a gambler, etc. They don't have enough money to pay the rent. They get kicked out. And she's literally, just sitting in the bench at the park. She meets a man that's like, hanging from a tree because he's running away from a dog, etc. And what happens next is that she saves him. He listens to the fact that she's homeless. To show his gratitude, he gives her her home, which ends up being a shrine. She ends up becoming a god, a deity, etc. And yeah, the rest is like, you just come and watch it if you have not watched it. Also, a really cool thing. So like, the guy that gave her the keys, he is also, I want to say, an earth deity. His name is Mikage. So what happens, like, romantic wise, she ends up falling in love with Mikage's familiar, which is Tomoe. He's so cute. Like, he's adorable. For those that like your white haired, like, anime crushes, I got you. Like, he's super adorable. But this is another one that I highly recommend, and you're definitely going to see the character development as well. Another thing that I really like is the clash between, like, should they or they should not be together, because he is a yokai and she is a human, and that's very taboo, at least in the series. Well, actually, no, in general. You guys know what I mean. If you watch anime, you guys know what I mean. But anyways, that is the very last recommendation that I have for you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you watch these series, like, let me know. And would you rewatch them again? And did you like it? Like, oh my goodness. Well, obviously you would like it. I mean, if you're going to rewatch it. Anyways, you ready? Thank you so much for sticking around. And most possibly, we're going to have a part 2 as well. So stick around for more.